Knock on wood.
What happened last week?
We got to Girasse. Turns out Squad's a bitch. Who would have guessed it? And we have big old bounties on us. We refound the Thieves Guild after they moved, and surprise, they have enlisted the help of a shit ton of NPCs from before. So fun reunions across the board with notable figures like Trimtrust, Whitefang, I believe.
Yes.
I did get that name right. Whitefang. We also have what's the name of that character? Let me just scroll down a little. Zaidant, who has found a love of baking. We then decided it's time to go do stuff in the city, because why sit down here when we can go do stupid things up there? And we found out that, well, Providence and Audra went to play with the barrier and found out that that thing's kind of scary, with how powerful and everything it must be. We had Solas and Arazid take a fun little journey outside of the city to go to the encampment where there are people from Naglamund who were waiting on orders from Henry. More specifically, there was... Oh god, I'm bad with names. Henry's wife.
Bang.
Yes. Bang. And Isolde?
Yes.
Yes.
Her mistress.
And Isolde. Were there and spoke to Arazid and I believe Solas went in as well. Yeah. And they're going to have a war meeting with Squad, which might be our funny time to try and assassinate Squad. Then we also had Chance, who was trying to find Virgil, Juan, Thirsty Jesus, 17 other different names. And instead found what appears to be an agent of Squad walking out of a shadow, similar to how Isolde does, proceeding to kill his familiar and leave its corpse stuck to the door of the broken sheath.
Which is very
that's been abandoned. As some kind of warning, if I had to guess.
It didn't exactly seem like a love letter.
Well, there's no love lost, so. Then we all went back down into the sewers, and we are regrouping at the new hideout.
Yes. And I realise now that Dewey's character, filling us all in on what exactly he experienced, would be quite integral to this part of the game right now. So we could just start with Providence and Audra. Setting the stage for the group as a whole, you guys have just gathered in what was once an area that would hold a lot of water. It seems to have dried up fairly recently, and now is acting as a great meeting place for y'all.
Audra visibly hates it down here.
You can see like the lines of devastation, like where levels have sat as they've dried up.
This is a sad place. Okay. So the barrier thing is bad. Don't know if I can get rid of it. Also, there are like metal servants?
Constructs?
Yeah, those. That, like, can sense when you get too close and, like, tell you to back away or else.
I mean, they're very polite if you do actually back away, though. Which is
Yeah, but it's, like, very menacing when you're, like,
That
moving
is
towards
shocking for Squad. I kind of expected them to just instantly take somebody's head off.
You know, you've not actually explained this person very well to me. Like, can they be reasoned with?
If that reasoning is playing into their vanity and selfishness, probably.
But, okay, my logic here is that if we can't get them to come out of there, right, and we've got the army coming over here, we should be working with them, not against them, because it seems counterproductive.
I'm not sure how
that you killed
push it
her.
with despots.
Well, I don't know. Don't know why I'm asking. But yeah, that barrier is fun.
Do you believe any magic can pass through it or be used within it? Or
No, there's no way. At least not mine. I could maybe take it down. Maybe there's a chance, but it also might take up most of my resources to do that. So if we can get her out of there, that would be great.
well, that's something we can discuss. As for my work, I decided to take a bit of a risk and stopped in at a shop to go looking for some material components I needed. The shopkeep did eventually recognize me, but they will not be, or shouldn't, say anything. I spoke
They
to a
did.
rather lovely individual. 1K from the Horde up in the more higher district. I learned something interesting, that Squad has been stealing the gold from K. For reasons I do not know, however, if we can get back what was stolen of jewelry and whatnot, then I'm sure we'll be able to get better help other than the deal that I've already secured for my own material components. Other than that, the operatives of Squad, or I presume that it's the operatives of Squad, work within the shadows using magical items, or magic itself. I witnessed one step out of the shadows. They were completely invisible to the naked eye until they stepped out. For those who know, it would be similar to the cloak Azul uses. If Solas, you might remember that.
Right. Totally, yes.
Yes, totally. Very interesting. Yes. Well, either way, the streets are not safe. Even the shadows could hide agents of Squad. I would not be surprised if she is aware of our presence within the city at this point. Given that, well, we took precautions. We didn't take precautions against the shadows. As well, I didn't see Virgil at all.
I think Virgil's supposed to be outside of the camp. Outside.
No. According to our information from the others, he moves in between. So he's watching the main road.
Well, yeah, he moves in between, but I imagine he's in camp most of the time based on what I heard from Gwen. Directing some sort of dig efforts during the day most of the time, from what I remember.
Oh. Well, looks like I was barking up the wrong tree, potentially.
Or building.
Hmm. Well, either way, I still need to seek out and speak to him.
Solas, did you and Arazid speak to him when you were outside of them?
Well, most people we saw were just random folk walking around. A couple guards that were outright dumb shits, and a few people, just a few, in tents outside from Nagelmund.
Anyone important?
Well, those Vang, that's important. To my knowledge, don't really remember anyone else of note. That are like maybe people who looked competent in a fight.
Okay, so Vang's out there. Did you speak to her?
Yes, well, mostly Arazid stumbled through the conversation, but yes, we did speak.
So they're just like hanging out. They're happy to just like. What are they doing here?
Well, from what I know, they are planning to stage a... I think they're planning to stage an attack on Duras, if I'm not mistaken. Well, they were previously, until we told them about the whole Azor situation. At which point they went, oh fuck, and wanted to hold a meeting about that. So that's going to be happening at some point soon.
Meeting with who? Themselves, or?
Basically just making sure everyone knows of the situation and likely changing plans to complete it, to kind of adjust.
Yeah.
Interesting. We'll have to take that into account.
You know, I was generally surprised I did not know about any of that. But yeah.
Well, it has only been a few days since Monas had made the proclamation.
True, but at least you'd expect people to come over from, like, the far side of the world and be like, hey, so, like, shit's fucked, guys. Like, no one bothered. It's kind of weird, don't you think?
I guess we're those people.
Yeah, someone's got to be the heroes.
So, like, no one is spreading information about this? No one is telling other people there's a giant army of people that want it?
I guess they're gonna do that now, right?
Are they?
If
Potentially.
we ask them nicely.
I mean, if you think that they'll respond to being asked nicely, that would be great.
I could hope.
Your tone of voice is concerning me.
What's wrong with my tone of voice?
This is always how Arazid speaks.
I'm just a little guy.
It just sounds like you're being strangled a little bit as the words are coming out, and usually when you sound like that, it means something's wrong. I don't know what's wrong, but...
I mean, it's just difficult being back in this city sometimes. I don't like Sklod. She makes me uncomfortable.
Because of the naked thing, or because of the bad person thing?
Yes.
Oh, have you had time to speak to Zaid? Blood Zaid, Inqua?
Yeah. I have had that time.
Alright. They were asking for you.
Okay.
So, like, what do we want to do next?
Well, we have the underground to look into to see if we can't make our way into Squad's castle, keep, whatever you want to call it, from underground by moving and reshaping the rocks.
Cool. Just so you know, based on what I saw, it's entirely possible that barrier extends underground.
Okay, this plan could also not work. Given that,
Hey, Dewey.
Hi. Sorry it took me so long.
That's cool. I was just doing an excellent job of trying to capture Arazid's spirit.
I really appreciate it.
That's going to be a
Solas is-
fun thing for you to listen to later.
Solas has given the bare minimum of you guys met with Vang. Not really much else other than they're going to have a meeting.
Maybe I blinked and missed that part. Did Solas even say that, like, Sklad would be coming?
No!
No.
Well, good
Like,
afternoon, Dewey. Welcome
I
to
will
the
be
game.
honest. I will be honest. I probably missed that part of the conversation because
That is very Solas of you.
Solas spaced out again.
yeah.
You are
Mainly because-
excellently role-playing a character that does not take notes.
Yes, exactly. It's like it's either decipher what Arazid is saying or just let them talk.
A full-time job.
Exactly.
Yeah. How you feeling, Dewey? You ready to get into it? I'm gonna take the silence as a maybe.
Silence is always a solid maybe.
I'm assuming this is technical difficulties.
Can we get the I'll be right back with the kitten holding up the sign saying hang in there?
Oh, I'll try my best. Best I could do is Jontron.
You're ready? Is your mic okay?
Ah. So you can hear us, but you can't speak? Oh.
Just turn it off push to talk if it's not push to talking.
I don't think Dewey has a headset though, so if he turns off push to talk, then we will all hear all of our voices.
Oh.
I don't know if you've noticed, but sometimes when Dewey talks, if someone else was talking at the time, that kind of comes through again through his end.
I switched to my phone because my life is a nightmare.
That's understandable. It's lovely to hear your dulcet tones once more.
Thank you. I'm gonna open the character glossary and my notes, and then I'll be completely ready.
Okay. And whilst your computer revs up with all the
Computes?
speed and purpose of a tortoise, if any rolls need to be done on your behalf, I can do them. I've already rolled once for you, and I rolled a nat 1, so it can only get better from here.
Literally.
I wouldn't tempt fate with roll 20. It will find a way to roll into the negatives.
You know what? Understandable. Have a great day.
So to set the stage for you, Dewey, we have just been filling one another in on what's been happening. Like, I'm gonna rule it as, like, Arazid was just temporarily just really focusing on his hot chockey and just, like, didn't quite catch that Solas gave a really piss poor, no offense, cover of what happened last week for those two.
Okay.
Squad was not mentioned at all.
Very little was mentioned. It was... What was mentioned was basically, yeah, we went to a camp, we talked with Sklad, turns out she didn't know about the war. Now they're gonna have a meeting. A very nebulous they. I'm assuming at this,
Okay.
Arazid's gonna, like, take a second to compute all of that and be like, you missed out on so much, I did so much work!
Yeah. So
Let's
he's
hear
gonna,
him lay down the
gonna
law.
like sort of jerk his head to Solas and like he looks a little panicked and concerned, like everything that just came up would just start flooding back to him. And he's like, well, I mean, there's a lot more than that happened. I kind of filled Vang in about Clarence and also Henry, and how they're planning on taking over, I guess, the entirety of everywhere that we know, which is kind of like what Azarkul is doing, but like less threatening, because I don't really think Vang is that threatening. But they were like planning to march on Grove, and then I was like, well, I mean, there's another war going on, and they were like, yeah, they're planning to march on Grove. I didn't know that either.
You guys will excuse me for a couple of hours? I have to just go.
I just need to commit some light
really should
homicide.
have.
They're not gonna march on Grove, I don't think, because we're gonna have a meeting. But also, Sklad's gonna be at the meeting, and I didn't know that because I don't know. I thought that they were working together, but I didn't know that they were working that much together. You know, that they were like inviting each other to meetings and stuff. So I don't know what to do.
This is perfect. So basically, Providence and I found out that barrier is nigh on impenetrable, and if we could separate Sklad from the barrier, that would be great. This is. Do you know what time?
She gave me 2 hours.
It's been
She
about
said that she
45
wanted us
minutes.
to sit in the meeting, so she said, go get your friends and then come back in like 2 hours, and then we will have the meeting.
I believe we should probably head back there now, because I really don't want to be walking into a room with Sklad.
Yeah, we could like hide and stuff. I could turn into like a cat maybe, or like a coyote, and you guys could hide.
But then we might also have to fight Vang, and I really don't want to fight Vang.
Is Vang like really powerful or something?
No, but she's really nice to me.
If she's nice, she won't fight us, right?
Maybe,
Well,
but she's
should-
friends with Sklad.
Do is potentially go talk to Vang again before Sklad gets there to see what will happen. If she's
Sorry,
going to defend Sklad, or
well, I've had a bit of a thought. Might be a bit complicated, but so like Vang, for the most part, friends with us, helped her not die in Neglement. That helped.
Save the
Sklad
wedding.
hates us, as far as we know. So get those two in a room together. What if Vang's like, oh, well, the people that told us about this stuff, like, what if me and Arazid need to be there because we informed her of the situation, which in turn leads to Sklad talking about us, which then reveals our alliance with Vang, which then just fucks up a lot of stuff in general or results in our deaths.
yeah, that's kind of my long lines of thinking. I think we should potentially be hidden away.
Maybe we could hide like halfway if we know what route Sklad will take, and then we could just like ambush Sklad like halfway there, and then Vang doesn't have to have any like moral quandaries about being friends with a
I
despot.
believe that would be in the middle of the city then? The middle of Sklad's city with all of her guards and robots nearby?
No, like halfway, like in the sands, halfway between the city gates and the camp. How far out the camp is.
The camp is not too far out. So there is a chance they may see the whole thing, regardless.
So, personality-wise, is Vang the kind of person who would grab a bucket of water if their neighbor's house was on fire?
Well,
Maybe.
it depends on the neighbor.
That definitely, yes.
I feel like I'm learning a lot about this person. Okay.
Some of you may be reminded about the time in which she showed you her bumblebee garden.
Look, I've never directly met her, so I can't really
That's
say.
true, that was Casey.
So for the most part, she's a decent person. I wouldn't say good person because she married Henry, but at the end of the day, I feel like she's reasonable at the very least.
Well, whatever we're gonna do, we should probably start walking, because time's a
Yeah.
wasting.
I think so too.
That is fair. We should probably go see them, talk, see what they potentially might do, and then decide from there. As well, they might know where Virgil is.
Those who look very similar to their wanted posters, are we doing anything different with our looks today?
You guys want to pass without a trace?
Putting a little hood
Yes,
up,
I will.
possibly?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I cast pass without a trace on all of us.
Sneaking.
A chance will take over the wall method of just, hey, I'm gonna hop over this cool little wall here.
Giant grandpa. Oh no.
Giant
Oh, no.
Inqua.
Oh no! Oh no, tiny!
Tiny Inqua. So this is the enlarge reduce spell.
Somehow made him smaller than Arazid.
He's only a little guy. Alright. I mean, it seemed to possibly kind of hopefully work well enough for Arazid and Solas to just put a hood up on their way out the gate last time. So you hope Pass Without Trace would work, as would Disguise Self.
Guess I'll cast that.
It's +10. It's +10.
You know, just in case.
Yeah.
Don't need to be stealthy.
And
Ah.
and what
Bigger
kind
one,
of
most-
new look would Inqua go for?
I would change anything radically, just like slight changes, just to make them not look like the wanted posters.
Would Inqua? Oh yeah, Inqua would be wanted.
Oh yeah.
He was around for the last one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, would it have been an hour since we last went up last time?
Yes. Yeah, you guys kind of like reconvened and talked in the guild again for about an hour.
Alright, well, here we go then. Okay.
So that's with a +10.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are sneaking through the city.
Are we?
You guys are
+10.
attempting to sneak through the
+10.
city.
Oh, that's true.
You
So that's...
should feel really lucky that I'm not one of those that is like, no, it's in that one.
Yeah, no,
I
that's
got a 29.
Of course you did.
Hey, it's only a +20 to my roll.
Yeah.
Do you want me to roll for you, Dewey?
I'm rolling.
26. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who are we missing? Oh, Providence is choosing to not go stealthy.
Yeah, I'm too confused to be stealthy.
I'm gonna grab you and pull you into the shadows.
Whee. I mean, you could roll stealth with disadvantage if you like. The disadvantage representing the fact that you're actually not really consenting to the stealth.
Yeah, there you go.
Somehow still a better roll than half the party. Oh, okay, then one more of the party.
I got a 22 technically.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I was looking at Inqua.
We need to be very quiet, Providence. Okay.
This reminds me of the time when you guys like major imaged a brick wall.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Aggressive link clanking.
I've got the image somewhere.
If we're doing average, can we have Ollie roll? Because it's gonna bring up our average so much.
Ollie is staying behind in the Thieves
Yeah.
Guild.
Right. Okay.
In game, because she chooses to. Out of game,
Because sad times.
yeah, because sad times. Good shortcut there. And I could have sworn that I screen capped M's doodle of the brick wall sneaking. And I did!
Woohoo!
So, you all sneak through the Nobles District as well as the Traders' Quarter, being quite quiet at the moment. Which route do you guys take? Do you go more like in this kind of direction? Or do you go more like through the back streets?
I mean, I think we're gonna stick to the back streets because that's where all the shadows are. And that's the main way that we've said that Audra's hiding magic works.
True that. As you reach this well in the centre, you see a few commoners grabbing full buckets and rushing towards the west, which is essentially running into and past you as you pass. If any of you stop and look at them, one of you will shout, "Don't just stand there, grab a bucket! The wall's on fire!"
I'm made out of stone.
I'm gonna send Davina up to see if she can spot the fire.
Davina rises and looks down and sees that the building over here is ablaze.
Can you mark that one more time? I'm sorry. Okay.
Oh.
Are we concerned? Should we?
Well, one of you
We're
sounds
kind of on a time
concerned.
crunch.
Is that communicated to Chance?
Telepathically, yeah, because we're trying to be quiet.
Chance is gonna. Is it right next to some very nice green location?
Yeah, it's on the other side of the wall.
But is it further north toward away from the green area, further south towards the green area?
It's in this general direction, okay? It's right here. It's okay if you were to take if you were to turn here and then you turn here and then you turn here and then you'd be there.
Okay. James just has the look of just, well, fuck. I do believe Sklod's agents are all over the city at this point. We have a decision to make here. That is probably the Horde, the shop that I was telling you about. Do we want to go over and try and save it, or do we want to continue on our path? Because we're very, very strict for time.
I mean, you said it's just stuff, right?
Well, it's a shop that sells high-end, or I guess higher-end materials, jewelry, as well as gems and such. I don't know how many people would be there, but I do know that there was a lovely uh, dragonborn older woman.
Mm-hmm.
Um, hmm. I'm sure it'll be fine, right?
I honestly can't even really do anything about that today.
Well, let's just continue on. Worst case, we can check it out later and see what we can do to help. That's if we don't get sold out after this.
Okay.
Alright. Continue out to the camp, I guess.
Yep. With a slightly heavier heart than before, now you reapproach the gates. The guards are the same guards that were there an hour ago. They recognize Solas and Arazid, if they make themselves known. Otherwise, they just recognize Inqua.
Oh, nuts. Even with my disguised self.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean recognize. I meant see, as in like recognize you as a person who is approaching.
Okay.
So to either the one or the three people that are going to be like very visibly approaching, or all of you, the guards will.
I'm gonna
stare.
try to like melt behind Solas, because Solas is taller than me.
I think Solas has had enough of melt behind him.
Oh my, don't you be...
I don't know what that means. This is a joke I don't get.
That's probably a good thing. Don't worry about it. Anyway.
Oh, you'll find out. It's already
Oh,
been
no.
spoiled that melt's in the city.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Fine, I'll be his shadow then.
But yeah, no, Solus is had enough risks for today, or at least for the past hour. So yeah, he's not showing himself at all.
Fairs. So we've got one sneaky boy behind a sneaky lady. Or maybe the other way around.
They're hiding into each other.
With like both pressed up against the wall, like inching.
Chance would try and sneak by, like, just not draw attention to himself as he kind of like moves by, trying to just kind of slip out without being seen.
Okay. So yeah, Inqua would be the one person then I think that would be recognised as visibly approaching the guards. The rest of you guys would be able to quite easily like sneak around the edge of the wall. So I suppose my question is, Matt, how does Inqua deal with approaching the guards?
That's a good question. I guess casually. That makes sense. Just try to look insignificant. Please tell me I'm not muted. Good.
No, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, pretty much insignificant. Best look. Not important.
State your business outside the city.
Travel.
Travel pass.
I'm sorry, I don't know the bureaucracy of this place. I'll go.
Not so
I'll just walk
fast
away.
there. You traveller, eh? Got some water with you for the trip?
I have water with me.
It sure is thirsty work, standing here for so many hours. If
Can
you
I roll a
ca-
luck check to see if I have water?
Sure. Oh. You find a water skin that is about a third full.
Not much, but it'll get me where I need to be.
It's enough. Get out of here. We didn't see you.
Thank you. I'll walk away.
Ka-chunk, 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 ka-chunk. Careful out
I
there
like
on the
those
sand.
guys.
Thank you.
Did you say you like this guy, Dewey?
I like those guys.
You like all of the NPCs.
This is
Who
true.
can blame you? I mean, look at their creator.
TV.
Tiki. Well, you are all able to sneak out of the city. And I assume with that, Arazid or Solas, more likely Arazid, is going to show you guys the way back to Vanger's tent.
Yes.
Don't let the fact that I've whipped up a map for it in the meantime worry you too much.
It's fine.
Only slight worry. The token finally did the
Yes.
right thing.
I double fucking checked it before I before the game. I think deleting the other sheet probably helped a lot. Because now they'll either like come up as like linking to your correct sheet or linking to no sheet.
Yeah.
Anyway, standing outside the tent, you meet Victor.
Victor's alive!
Ah, good morning. Oh, it's afternoon. Sorry.
Salutations. Greetings.
We're here to see Vang.
She's expecting you. Go right in.
Vibe check. Are we about to get ambushed?
I understand why you'd ask that as someone that hasn't met dear Victor. Go ahead. He's just a little guy.
Oh no!
He's just like, he's a precious, like I say, he's like a 5.5 foot tall dwarf. He has like an inferiority complex because he's like too tall to be a dwarf. And he thinks that one of Ollie's personas is his grandma.
I, without saying a word, hand this man a good berry as we walk in.
You see him, he kind of holds it in like, pinched between like 4 of his fingers, both indexes and thumbs. And he just kind of gently takes like a little nibble out, so like just the skin. And then he's like, ooh! And then just downs the whole thing. Thank you!
You look like you need that.
Say chance will enter.
inside seems to be all of the rugs in the kingdom that are desperately trying to keep out the sand that this, otherwise would get in most places.
Ooh, indigo dye.
And standing at the far end, you see Bang Dagmar. Her girlfriend is old. Hex Trinket Make, the head of the goblin household from Naglemans, and Thirsty One.
Chance enters, walking up the center, making himself known.
The group will turn to you. Hex is not going to really react very much to you. Vang will smile, push Wan aside. Ah! Greetings. You're a bit early. That is good to see.
I need to ascertain what the plans are, as well as what you lot are going to do, if you will side with Sklod if fighting breaks out.
Well, I suppose if it were up to me, that odious woman and I would never have crossed paths. And it seems that it is now up to me. Well, I can't make us having never crossed paths. I can certainly keep our paths from crossing in the future. Wouldn't you say? If that...
That sounds like a great life choice. Sorry, hi, I'm Audra.
Oh, hello. My name is Vang Dagmar. Queen, I suppose you could call me, of Naglemund.
Oh, cool, I've never met a queen before. Hi.
Hi, hello. Yes, me neither, really.
Chance isn't looking at Fang, he is staring at Virgil.
He's kind of giving you the grumpy old man, look back.
Even when talking with Fang, he doesn't make eye contact, he's just...
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Am I interrupting some kind of unfinished business? My eyes are over here, you know.
Apologies, I've been searching for, I guess, the city for him.
Well.
And Chance will just take a step towards.
Look, we are actually talking over here, so why don't you go on over to one of the tables, have your little conversation, and, well, we can talk about plans later. Yes, of course. Let's go over here. What?
Chance will hear in his head. Oh, sorry, Ren.
I was just saying he just totters around the table.
Chance, as you're walking your head away, you'll hear in your head, ask him about what he's looking for in the sands.
Chance will sit down across the table. They're going to place his hands on the table, folding them together.
A long time. How
Has
up?
rather well. However, I've come into some interesting information. Does the last name Kanda ring any bells for you?
My dear boy, as I'm sure you have figured out by now, my own memory often escapes me. Let alone that of others. Please give me a little bit more of a specific. Is this a recent name or a pre?
Potentially. Well, do you have any children? Specifically daughters.
None that I'm aware of, but well, there have been periods in my life.
What of any family that survived the calamity?
I didn't really have any established family in those times. But, I was quite the hero back in my day, believe it or not. I, dallied at a time or two.
Do you know if any of your offspring would bear the same striking eyes of crimson that you do?
That would surprise me immensely. The one thing I do know for certain is that this is a dragon's curse that turned me like this.
Chance is going to reach into his pouch. He's going to pull out the notebook of Marasu and open it to the page where it speaks of Chance's mother and slide it towards and tap the passage. If you don't mind reading this, maybe this could jog a memory.
He will begin reading. His face begins to furrow more and more the further through the book he goes. I mean, yes, those traits certainly look familiar. How bizarre.
Exactly. Those were the descriptions that my depraved father had of my mother, one that I did not meet. However, I know that you are of the original blood that created the element of earth.
Technically, yes. That is a story.
Then pray tell, what is the connection that would draw between us? Because my blood, when I gave it to the same receptacle, says that I possess the potential of being of the original.
Are you saying that I am your grandfather?
I don't know what is the connection, what's going on, just what I'm trying to figure out. The element of earth is the attachments, stubbornness, among other things I need to strengthen apparently to fully resonate.
Well, then allow me to tell you the story of Virgil and the worm. Though you may already be familiar with some parts of it. Have you ever heard about a great hero named Virgil Cain who once valiantly defended the entire city of Andoria against a rampaging beast?
Bits and pieces, perhaps, but I do know that it's one of the aliases that you are known by.
And that story is a true story. Once I was a regular fighter, gladiator. Then the Sand Scourge came. The dragon. We called it that because of the dust that it brought with us that created droughts and scoured the grass from the land. I fought with it valiantly on the fields outside of the city. I killed it, eventually, but it bit me, and it cursed my blood. It wasn't until 50-odd years later that I even discovered that. People began to get curious as to why I did not die. I barely even noticed the fact that my eyes had changed from brown to brownish red. They weren't quite as prominent as they are these days. It's taken a good few hundred years to get there. The researchers, they determined that the worm, the Sand Scourge, had been captured by Malachromat. It had been subjected to magical manipulation under the earth element in an attempt to control its mind. And whatever was done to it was somehow passed on to me. And I was transformed then, in that bite, in that fight, into an elam.
Let me taking notes, hold up.
I know it's a little anticlimactic, getting a combat-transmitted disease.
Chance will rub his chin in thought. Control. Still can't put together the puzzle pieces. Are only those who have survived the calamity Elon at this point?
It would seem that way.
Well, and that potentially would be the connection. Does the pre-calamity name of Marasu Kanda ring any bells?
Kanda. Not that I can remember at this time, I'm afraid. The Marasupa. Maybe. It was not an uncommon given name, but Kanda escapes me.
Chance will nod.
What side were they on? Do you know?
Believe under... What side did Mechas fight for? Was that Torhel?
It was Lacrimat.
Then he would have been under Lacrimat, given his obsession.
That would explain why I'm not familiar. Andorian man, born and bred.
Seems I might be at a crossroads then in the search for the connection to the earth element. I thought that perhaps, given that she were of the first blood to it, that might make a descendancy of some sort.
Do you have any? I mean, maybe not a daughter, but any other relations, like a sister, maybe, or something?
None that survived the calamity, from what he has said.
During the calamity, everyone that could not survive through their own power laid down and died, from what I have seen and what I have heard.
James will close Marisu's journal, sliding it back for himself. Well, I can at least tell you this as some form of compensation. The body of Arazid has been killed. I do not believe the spirit has fully left this land yet. However, the draconic form it took, the Great Bitch, is no more.
Are you certain?
I witnessed the destruction with my own eyes. We are the group who slew.
It was not a trick, an image, a simulacrum. You are sure it was the original?
That I cannot say for certain. However, it turned to dust when we killed it. And there seemed to be some sort of spiritual after-image that told of the coming of Azar-Kul, which is the news we have been spreading and have told Vang about. Or at least my companions have.
Yeah, I mean, I tried, but I don't know if I did a good job.
Well, if not, we are all about to see, aren't we? Well, thank you for your time anyway, possible grandson? No, that sounds weird. Boy? No, that also sounds weird. Comrade.
Gentle tuck away the journal. Whatever you settle on, it doesn't matter to me.
Just one thing I'd like to ask. Have you, happened to hear anything of Zaid lately?
The blood one? Or the original one?
He blinks slowly. The what?
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Who has the
Do you need someone to emotionally support you through this news?
So
Is he referring to Zaid? Or...
No, actual Zaid. So it turns out the Zaid that you've known and everything is some kind of being from another location, plane. I can't totally explain this. They are a being of blood that took the form of Zaid.
You know, I always thought she did act a bit different in her time in Duras, but I was quite enjoying it.
Well, we're calling it Zaid Int. Mostly because I don't believe it's taken on another name, but it still lives, and I believe now as its authentic self, rather than the guise of Zaid. But it seems Zaid has perished a long time ago, the actual Zaid.
After this meeting, I think that I would like to ask my queen for leave to go and find Zaid.
You know, we really should ask it. It would have a preferred different name. Perhaps it does just like Zaid and will live on as a new Zaid. But we could definitely set up a meeting place. I don't know if they'll let anybody go to where they're staying, but we could definitely set up a meeting.
Wan is gonna look over at like the rest of the group. Did they go by that name still?
I mean, they appear to do so.
Very well. You know, I can't deal with this right now. One earth-shattering thing at a time, eh?
Yeah.
Actually, though, while I have you here, though,
Yes.
I heard you've been directing like some digs in the sands. What's that up? What's that about?
Looking for wells.
Oh, really? That's it? You're just looking for water?
You may or may not have heard, but the water's dried up in Duras recently, and someone is apparently to blame for it.
Yeah, that's odd.
Yeah, that is Sklod. She has one of the 4 elements, the water element specifically, and was using it to create water. She still technically could use it to create water and just replace what had just dried up and everything, but it seems she's decided not to.
Control, probably. What I hear, she likes that.
Hmm.
Yes, we are looking for wells. Armies get thirsty, you know.
That they do.
If you'll excuse me.
Yes. Thank you for your time.
Yours too, sunny boy. No, that's wrong too. He just walks away. Vang is going to turn and approach you all and just start going, so you ready to discuss?
Yes, apologies.
However, no sooner is she able to do so than a fanfare of trumpets is heard outside.
I hide under the table. I hide under the table.
A gold-leafed carriage appears.
Chance just like folds his arms as he turns and looks down. Oh god, conceit knows no bounds. There is none in the city. Sklod has a monopoly of it. Then Chance is going to quickly jog over and kind of like stand off to the side.
Arazid will do the same. He's kind of halfway hiding next to this person, next to Isolde, because he's scared as hell.
So, walking through the door, in all of her glory, is Sklad, flanked by 2 rusty, ancient, futuristic-looking robots, and then finally behind is her consort, Cassavir, who you
Chance
may or may not
winces.
remember as last being a corpse.
Yeah, Chance kind of winces. So that's That's skin, isn't it? We were told about that. That's not fun.
The pair of them walk through, and Casimir, as he passes by, and is Solas like attempting to hide it all? Is he just sitting in the chair?
No, he's like sat on the like half sat on the edge of the table.
Okay, making it very obvious that he exists.
Yeah, he's just making like doing his best to maintain direct eye contact with Sklad the entire time.
Scarlet is gonna look you up and down and just go, and we'll walk past, and Casimir will give you a lopsided grin as half of his face morphs for a second into one that is slightly more recognizable.
Sorry, I got happy.
His look is one of pain. Vang, dear. What is it you have called me out here for?
Hold up, someone's knocking on my door. I gotta mute.
Oh dear.
Surprised it's Squad.
Ren just shows up in real life.
It's JBI, the Jurass Bureau of Investigation. Well, this is kind of awkward because I feel like Arazid was going to be the one to fill things in.
We're going to make Arazid talk to Squad. That is evil.
Well, Vang will approach, in that case. Just be like, we have some quite disturbing intel. Big army coming, not this one, different one. Coming from the east. It's gonna be super dangerous. You know, your city and everything. I didn't want to step on your toes, but, might want to have another look.
I'm back, sorry.
Hello back. If we were brought the news of this impending army by our fine friends over here. Arazid?
Yeah, he says from under the table.
You can feel the second-hand embarrassment radiating off of Isolde.
He gets from under the table very gently, and he kind of walks up and stands a little behind.
Oh yes, I know of you, Arazid.
Yeah, I would assume so on account of the murder.
Such
Sorry,
fun
was that a
times
maybe
that we had.
Yeah.
You missed me so soon, did you?
Not especially, but this is really important, and I know you're trying to make witty barbs at me to lower my self-esteem and make me feel like a worm on the ground, but I mean, everyone's gonna like die if we don't get this situated.
Please roll me a persuasion check.
Oh boy. My computer is loading. I'm gonna roll it. I wanna roll it myself. It's just gonna take a second.
Okay.
But oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh
Boy.
I can't help with that.
No one can help with that. Especially not if you're hiding under the table.
I got out from under the table.
I was referring to Audra. who's normally
No,
the
I'm
1st one
hiding
to be
more.
like, I give the
I'm
help
hiding
action.
harder than before.
Which is really funny because you've never even met Sklad before. She has nothing against you.
I thought the plan was to ambush her, so I'm hiding.
Understandable. Yes, the murder. I like more of that.
Oh no.
Who says that this mysterious army coming from deserted, uncharted lands to the east are even real, and not a plot by these troublesome venturers to split up you and I, dear Vang?
Well, not to intrude on this conversation, but I kind of know it's real on account of all of the visions and stuff that we keep getting about it, and also other stuff that I don't know if I should tell you because I don't know if that's my place, but I'm pretty sure it's really real, and I wish it wasn't real because I don't want everyone I love to die, but I think that you should really listen to us.
And where is your proof? You do have proof, I assume.
He kind of digs through his belongings very, very hurriedly.
Chance will take a few steps forward, reaching into his pouch and placing a map and unfurling it. We have one of Azarkul's commander's maps with their invasion plan.
Ah, yes, very interesting. I see they know what to expect in Duras already. And tell me, why is it that you are seeking help from a cunt like me? I believe it's the phrase you last used.
Well, there are innocent civilians in your city. As much as I would love to remove the head from your shoulders again, I believe that their safety is of a higher priority.
There are no civilians here. There are my property.
So do you want to lose a whole bunch of property? That doesn't seem very economically advantageous. I learned that word last week, by the way.
Sklad kind of pauses. Please roll me a second persuasion check, and this time, Arazid, you may take Chance's words as your help action.
Thank you.
I like my property where it is.
Do I still have that magic piece of paper from Own?
Yeah, I think I saw it in your inventory when we rejigged your sheet a few weeks ago.
I thought I saw it too, but now I don't frickin' see it.
Meh.
Oh, I see, it's at the end. Magic parchment. Yep. I would like to take it out as my proof.
What is it that Sklad is looking at here?
It's like the magic parchment from that guy, that loser that we fucking murdered very easily.
You're gonna have to be more
and
specific than that.
I think he was kind of a loser.
AKA,
liked him,
do you
though.
have
I
any
liked
idea how
Solon.
little that narrows it down?
Wormwood Koth, maybe?
Yes.
Ring worm.
Oh, Lord.
I'm going invisible and trying to run away.
He was a beta if ever there was one.
Soy boy. And I'd be like, see, like this intense magic stuff that's been going on, and it's all been done by this one guy, and and I couldn't. This is proof because I don't even know how to do this, and this is way above me.
The magic paper, magic parchment. I'm just looking through my notes from the keep. Is it the one with the bloodstains on it?
I think so, yes.
I
I thought we burned that.
Oh, then I don't know why I still have paper in my inventory. No, it was the second piece. It was like a second parchment from a different location, but I forget where.
Well, we also found one in the cult camp, but we also burned that, so...
Not seeing anything. Oh, no. Oh no, that's a staff. I'm not seeing anything particularly here that says like magic parchment, so I'm not entirely sure what it is that you have there.
I should have put notes next to it, but I didn't. Deleting it from my inventory just in case.
Did you guys have any other keepsakes from the vaults? From the
we
keep?
do have the stick of resurrect to thrall.
Yes. Enlistment.
Yeah, we have that kicking around somewheres.
If that is what you want to give to neutral to lawful good humans, humanoids.
Yeah, I wouldn't give it to somebody, but I would show it to somebody, possibly.
Yeah, I don't know if we ever decided who's technically carrying that.
I guessed Inqua, just because that feels like a him thing to carry. Or maybe it just goes in the sack.
Wait.
Bye.
I don't think I have it, but yeah, I don't see it in my inventory.
You know,
I don't think we ever
someone has it.
decided who's carrying it, so I think we're deciding that it makes sense for
Yeah, I
people to
mean-
carry it.
Because of what it does, no one ever decided to attune to it, so...
But you carried it with you because, well, you don't want to leave something powerful like that lying around.
It's a funny magic
Oh, wait,
item
was
that
it
we
the
really
sands of
should
time?
destroy. No.
No, it's
It's
a
a-
spell
Oh.
called Enlistment. It's a staff that can cast that.
We should really, like, turn that into a magic item. Or a spell. We should use that as spell fuel.
I will definitely use that, because I have some things that I could really use a good boost on, but...
It's under magic items as the Staff of Orcrest. Okay, alright, so Inqua's gonna BRB. The squad has been asked if she wants her property being damaged.
Thank you, I'm sorry.
You know, I actually like my property where it is. You are forgetting something. You are forgetting I am the creator of the Black Waters curse. I am the creator of the Shakut beetles. I am the creator of the sands of time. I can bring back as many robots as I like to defend my city and my property. So I don't really see what point you have in being here.
Well, I mean, they can also kind of do that.
Well, how long does it take you to cast these things? Can you really just raise an army in instant to face an army of people who have been magically changed into monstrosities?
Why don't you accept my invitation and find out?
Invitation to what?
I believe that my agent, the one who slips through shadows like the water, extended it to you. A rematch.
Chancel just kind of scoffed a bit. A rematch in your well-defended castle that we cannot cast magic in. Yes, very fair. Very like you.
other alternative do you have, my dear?
Well, we can take a nice little walk, about an hour that way, and chance to just point off towards into the desert. Out of harm's way, so none of your things get harmed. And we can settle things, finally.
No. No, I don't think I will. I like my city. If you don't have the balls to face me, that just shows me that you aren't good enough to try and supplant me.
Ah, so scared that we're gonna take your head again. Oh, don't worry. We would still have to make it back in time and get past your defenses before you resurrected, you bitch.
My.
Does
Anger does
shame
make
that
you thirsty, doesn't it?
A shame that you sold your soul for what? So you can rule over this place forever in a dying plane?
There are many things that I could do that you have no idea of. What a demonstration.
Chance will roll up the map that he had sprawled out, placing it back within his bag. Is there any way that we can negotiate peacefully? We take the water orb, finish what we're doing to save this plane from dying a fiery death, and in return, you simply defend your location, or we can give you something in return.
To set the stage here, like, Bang is just been pinching the bridge of her nose for about the past 5 minutes. And Arazid, you can just hear her mutter, like, why did I invite her here? Why have I done this? I am my own worst enemy here, but oh my god, this woman is so intolerable.
Arazid will kind of approach her a little bit and approach Bang a little bit and just kind of look over her and nod, because he kind of gets it. He gets it a little bit. He's trying his hardest, but damn, the risk he took was calculated, but damn, is he bad at math. He's nodding sympathetically to her woes.
Sklod seems to consider your offer. Now let's see. On the one hand, I have a strong and unlimited robot army that I can get to do whatever I want. More than enough to help defend my city, so I think the question is, if you want your own precious other cities, the little one down by the lake, the one that brings me all this lovely wood, through which I see you have repurposed some of my tables. Very nice job, Fang, well done. The one with all the wood, yes, if you want those defended, I think it is you who should be trying to bargain with me, right? Not further insulting me. The water orb is mine. The water is mine. This city is mine. You will die if you do not bow to me. Bow to me, and maybe I will help you.
What is it with you on power trips? Arazid kind of just screams out frustratedly, and then he covers his mouth really quickly.
Chance smirks. I think we figured out last time that I bowed to no one.
So you
Just
prefer
saying,
the
if you give us
alternative?
the water orb. Just saying, if you give us the water orb, we'd be able to fix the planet, and we'd have significantly more water than what you already have.
Yeah,
That
but
is
I don't think
correct,
she
we
really
are.
cares about that because she's in control right now of everyone, and you know.
What you lack for in stature, you make up for in brains. It is not the water I care about, it is the control.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Arazid hears in his head, give me one good reason.
Arazid just starts shaking his head and doing like the no gesture like around his neck and like to no one, but like he just looks like it's very sudden.
Well, I mean, listen, I think you should really consider our offer, because not only does it, like, you're not the only one who can raise the dead to form a powerful army, and there's no reason that the corpses should be, like, loyal to you, because this guy can also do that, and he can do it, like, a lot better and a lot cooler. Sorry, no offense. And he has, like, people under his control that can do it, too. So you might lose a considerable amount of your army once they start dying, and then you'll be overwhelmed.
Emboldened by you, Arazid, Vang is also going to step up. Please, think of what they are saying. This is a real threat, Sklad. A real danger. If you do not listen to these people, so help me God, I am going to take my own army, and I'm going to march us all the way back to Naglamund, where my husband is waiting.
Sklad, I do have to ask you one other question.
Oh,
Did
what?
you feel about a week ago? Did you sense anything?
She just kind of looks
Potential.
nonplussed.
Potentially the death of something, you know. From what I've learned, or what we've learned, I guess, there's a connection between this being and the rulers of this land.
I see, and you think you killed a certain greater bitch than I.
At least a physical manifestation.
Sorry to disappoint you, but no. You only killed a hologram!
Vibe check, is this real?
Yeah, but the DC's gonna be high, you can only see her knees.
I can hear
I
her
would also like to
voice.
vibe check. I would also
Yeah.
like to vibe check.
Yeah,
Inside
chance also. It's going to,
Fucking hell. What was that about DC again? DC who?
DC's not.
DC nuts.
Damn it.
DC nuts.
I had to stop myself.
You have a higher opinion of yourself than I do of me.
You're estimating.
So Arazid, you gonna try top of 30?
I can try, but it's impossible physically.
I mean, not bad. She is telling the truth.
Solas gonna.
Chance. No. Chance will smirk and just, well, last time was fun. I look forward to actually taking the thing's head this next time.
What is Solas trying to say?
Then he would just lean forward and say, I mean, I felt that was sort of obvious, to be fair. There's no way that an all-powerful dragon would be that weak. After all, I took about a solid chunk of its side in 2 hits. It's honestly kind of a joke.
Chance will shrug. You're right there. We did see it speaking as it disappeared, warning of some impending doom of Azarkul. I figured it was just one of its many manifestations. So, it seems we've reached an impasse, Claude. You won't listen to reason, nor will you bargain for the water orb.
And you have already signed away your life to me. So enough with the foreplay. Are you done?
Oh, I was just trying to stop it from coming to this, see if we could resolve this peacefully, like civil adults.
Since I'm hiding, can I get one blast off before things start? Just guiding both in the leg.
If you're under a table, so you're technically prone, doesn't that limit your abilities to do certain things?
I don't think it does.
Your only movement
just
option is
slows
to
your
crawl.
movement.
You have disadvantage on attack rolls, and an attack roll against the creature, being you, has advantage if they're within 5 feet. So if you were to try from under the table, you'd have disadvantage.
Could I pop up on the other side and just bang?
You would lose your surprise. I really need to actually learn how surprise works.
I mean, I think the general rule is they're not expecting it and they don't have the alert fee. And if I was like, I mean, I could like roll to see if I was actually successfully hidden from them during that time against their passive.
So there are things about Sklad that that you don't know, but I just need to say you're not surprising her by popping up and firing off her shots.
Okay, got a true sight situation going on. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. She's got a little bit
Oh god,
of
that makes things even worse. Because that means she knows that skin is skin. Ah!
She every time you scrape scrape away a layer, she just gets more and more depraved.
Like an onion that was thrown in the garbage.
Yeah, you're going. He changed.
I guess, yeah, I guess just the question is...
Oh god.
Okay.
I guess we're just going straight into initiative then.
So let's do things in a bit of a funky order. Audra, you attempt to pop up and just be like, surprise, bitch! So fire off your guiding bolt.
Okay.
Which misses.
Fuck.
And at the same time, Sklad is going to be like, well, it seems that we have reached the impasse indeed, and your life is mine. She clicks her fingers at chance, and he dies.
Oh.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna say we got a couple counter spells to go through to see if it's not going to go through or not.
I will just burn a third.
Gonna say because I also have my own counter spell to attempt to stop
I
it.
can't.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm gonna give Chance Wheel on the counterspell. So plus a d4, because I have Wheel today. It's only one, but good luck.
Yeah, so counter spell is that. Whoops. No. Normal, go to core. It's based on intelligence, because I'm an intelligence caster. Anybody else got a counter spell?
I can. Wait, this is a check, right?
Ability
Unless you can
using
cast it at 9th
DC.
level, which we can't do yet.
Yeah.
Okay. So the
I
DC
need,
would be
I'm
equal
currently
to what?
It's
DC's
equal to
19.
19 because it's a 9th level spell. I'm currently at 12. So unless you can
Okay.
flash for genius for 7.
I can only flash for genius for 5.
We got anything else?
I'm imagining this is all happening in real time while Chance is like slowly dying, and he's like, "Yeah, anything else? Come on,
Hold
anything
on.
else?"
I might
Hold on,
have
hold
stuff.
Isn't there a sorcery thing where you can use a sorcery point to reroll?
Yes, sorcery point to reroll an ability check. Am I okay to reroll my counter spell?
Let me just check the wording.
I mean, charisma
It is.
is ability.
Optional.
Yeah. Making
I'll
an
pop that
ability
up.
check using your spellcasting ability. So it is, by the word of the rules, it is an ability check that you're trying to do.
Yep. Okay, well I can't get any worse than that.
Oh,
Yes!
well, that saves.
There
Okay.
you go.
Then pull my sword.
That is exactly the DC that was required.
Do you know
so
what?
would I use mine then? Because technically that would have been done before mine, I think.
Would Chance honestly have trusted anyone else?
No. Yeah.
So yeah.
That is fair.
Yeah, I'm also gonna count my Cosmic Omen as burned, because I
Yeah.
use a reaction to do that.
Yeah.
I will pop another sorcery point to subtle cast it, so she has got no idea who cast it.
I love that.
Yeah, Chance is gonna make a very obvious, like, snap as well. As he just kind of like... He knows that his one failed, but he doesn't know who stopped it. But he's just gonna smirk and go along with it. You know, I've also got a few more tricks up my sleeve this time.
That, like, the citizens.
The non-combatants.
They're pulling an XCOM. Oh, they're all running away in one turn.
Yeah, they are going to back away. Sklad is just gonna go, one of these fucking days again, I see. Okay, now we can roll for initiative.
Chance just laughs in her face.
Okie dokie.
Laughing is a free action.
It is!
Joy is a free action.
Being incandescent with rage about this person's attitude about life is a free action.
If you're a barbarian, though, it is a bonus action, but it's like mega.
I have it multi-class, so it's free for me still to just be angry.
Multi-class into barbarian, let's go. Yeah. I'm just gonna casually multi-class, like, level 19-20 into barbarian just to get a bigger hit dice.
I just need to double check this
For
because
one hit dice.
Because I counterspelled out of turn order, do I have my reaction back?
You get your reaction
Yes.
back on your turn, I think, right?
I don't know because we weren't in turn order, then we were in turn order.
Yeah, I feel that. I hear you, I accept you. You do get your reaction back. Like,
Understandable, because I feel like I'm just going to be counterspelling this combat.
but also
Thank
you
you, have a
are,
nice day.
you are second in the turn order until I can find, oh yeah, no, I was gonna, like, pause things until I found, where Cassaveir's skin's sheet is, but I realised I've got 10 minutes to look for that. We're about halfway through, so this seems like a perfect time to go for a little panic wee.
Hooray, hurroo, huzzah.
Great idea. I'm gonna actually do that.
Yes. Yes.
Or maybe perhaps a panic shower. Much to think
Ooh.
about.
Start
the
the
record
blade
button.
song for a bonus action. Oops, let's go down. Then follow that up by moving towards Sklad, and we do. Let's see, what one do I want to do? So we start up for sure. We need to make one regular attack, and then gonna go for the new spell. I'm assuming 19 does not hit.
A 19 does hit.
19 does hit. Alrighty.
I've taken some notes on the highness of ACs in past battles.
Say no, 16 doesn't. So that's 8 slashing, 4 psychic, and then I'm going to just that. So 12 damage total, and if Sklad willingly takes a reaction, then we'll take more damage. That is my turn.
Alright. At the end of your turn, she's not going to take a reaction. She's going to take a legendary action. Misses?
That's a miss.
But barely,
I'm currently
right?
at 26 AC.
Oh, it says 22 on your token.
I didn't update because the Blade Song gives me additional AC equal to my intelligence modifier, so let me just quickly update that.
Alrighty. Providence.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Am I within 60 of... Yep, there you go. I will cast a lovely haste on its own on our paladin. And then I will quicken... I'll quicken Mind Sliver using a sorcery point as a bonus action against the tiefling.
Oh, that's like nuts.
That must make
I
you
don't
quite
wanna attack.
sad to say.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's an intelligence save. Also, you speeding.
Oh.
LML.
Hey, at least it's on a cantrip, not on anything else.
Yeah.
R.I.P. in peace.
I draw. It's fine. Solas, just because I like messing with you, the haste feels weird.
Alright.
This is all. Yeah, I can't do anything else.
Okie dokie. Well, Isolde is going to make 1, 2, 3 steps to interpose herself between Vang and this individual. And is then gonna slide over the table in a super cool way to end up next to Arazid. And she's gonna take out her spiked chain. And whoopash, whoopash, whoopash for 1 hit.
Very consistent damage, though.
1 hit, then we know 19's a hit, so that means 18 or 19 AC.
Forcing Slard to roll for Dex.
That's a fail. Hey, we've already burned 1. Let's go. Only 2 more to go, and then we start getting to the fun spells.
But that brings her down by 9 hit points. Why in the actual hell are these guys' like original default character sheet names coming up? Are they coming up for you guys as well? Like Bifru Hip?
Yeah. Isn't it like L1, P1, something? Yeah, L1,
Yeah,
M1.
That's what they are in
P1
the
self
sheets.
propelled mortar.
Yes.
Cyclone armored vehicle.
Yep.
That's a carriage.
But note, for some reason, it is Bifru Hip number 1 and Bifru Hip number 2. I'm glad that these guys rolled ACs quite close to one another. Just gonna stop you being drawings, that's gonna be annoying. And they are gonna trudge forward with all of their mighty movement. Oh, that's why it's appearing like that. For some reason, their tokens had the original names saved. I'm really gonna try out. What's it called? Foundry?
Yeah.
The CZ1Z cyclone armored vehicle is going to begin whipping itself around and around and around and around and around as its many arms, all of which have axes on the end, are going to swing out towards Solas.
I don't know what your AC is, but you do have +2 from haste.
Yep. It's 22 now, so. Yeah.
Ow.
It's a very minor amount of damage, but that will.
Audra.
Okay, I just want to know, Davina is still around for another probably like 4 hours.
She's probably circling overhead. You're in a tent at the moment, so she wouldn't be able to have direct line of sight.
No, I mean she's like on my shoulder, but I would like to have her move, just like kind of hiding under this table.
You rolled under the table with an owl?
With a full owl on my shoulder, yeah, it's no wonder I wasn't able to fully hide, yeah.
Yeah, that makes even more sense as to why Sklad was not surprised. Okay, sorry. Do what you're gonna do.
I was gonna say, is there a generic token or something I can just write? Just like a little circle.
There's probably like an owl thing I can find.
Like a little owl doodle.
Yeah, I would like it to hang out in the vicinity of the maps.
Do you want white or tawny?
White.
Hoot hoot.
I was gonna doodle my own little owl.
You're still free to do that.
Oh, I can't move it.
I'm getting there. I just did
Oh,
the
okay.
thing.
I wasn't sure if you were gonna give me permissions or not. That's why I was checking.
I was just trying to resize it to make it look a little less weird. Is it just a regular owl? Because I can find a sheet for it and attach that to it real quick.
Yeah, it's just a regular owl. And it doesn't have to worry about opportunity attacks because it has flyby, so it's just gonna go fly over here, kind of chill for now. Then I will bonus action go into my starry form of the archer and shoot off a cute little arrow at Squad, because why not?
You should be able to see a sheet for owl. Archer arrow hits for 14 damage.
And then I will, as my action, I'm gonna cast Heat Metal on this boy right here.
Which one?
One engaging Solas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. There's 4 of them.
This one here, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure why it starts doing it. Let me see. There we go. Since its entire body is a manufactured metal object, I think it just takes the damage because it can't drop its entire body.
It cannot drop its entire body. This is true.
And it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of my next turn.
Base.
Every time that this half damage happens to it, which is as long as it can hold concentration.
What?
Oh, cool! 16 fire damage.
This robot seems to enjoy the flame.
Excuse me, what?
Surprise, the robots are immune to fire damage. It is Squad after all.
Well, it still has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of my next turn, so.
It takes damage from it.
Oh, it does.
No, it just says if it doesn't drop the object, so it can't drop its body, so.
I think that is, like, my interpretation of it.
Takes damage from the It doesn't make the con save unless it takes damage.
Which it doesn't.
If a creature is holding or wearing the object and takes damage from it, creature must save it on a con saving throw.
But then it says if it doesn't drop the object. So the con saving throw is just to choose not to drop the object.
My interpretation of like everything past that the initial blurb of the spell is that it's presuming that damage was done.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen it used on things that are immune to fire damage, but that's fine.
Oh yeah? I've not
devils and
encountered this
stuff.
situation before.
We can
I
move
also
on
think
for now,
because
but I
it's
can
immune.
Yeah.
just Google, see if I can find a quick ruling from.
I would think it's
Amazing
also
rules.
immune, so I would think that would also change the ruling.
Yeah, that. You suggested it, so I'm assuming you're happy to move on for now. But we'll.
Yeah, I'm happy to move
Look
on
it
for
up
now.
later.
I'll just look it up.
Yeah. And if like there's a Jeremy Crawford out there or something who said like actually no, then I'm happy to alter things accordingly. Well, Victor, valiant Victor. He's gonna jump in. He's gonna attempt to boot this guy with his little spear. Do.
Yeah.
Do. He got one hit, but it is a crit, because he's freaking awesome.
Sarah,
He is, but I'm worried about his safety.
So that's 27 damage overall. Awesome. And then he is gonna heckin' book it. Update?
So, here's what I found. It's technically not a manufactured object, it's technically a creature, so heat metal can't target it, the entire creature.
But I can target, like, its chest plate or whatever.
Like, I suppose so, yeah.
I mean, 'cause
target a
they're not
piece.
warforged, they're constructs.
But
Warforged constructs.
it depends on
Warforged are technically
how it's
humanoids
constructed.
for 5e rules.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're, like, people.
Well-
Which is why they can receive
Well, they're
healing
still
and stuff.
creatures. An iron golem is technically a creature. It's considered by the rules as a creature. It has an initiative, saving throws, attack rolls, stats.
So you could target at the very least the sword or the axes that are attached to like the ends of its arms, if not like you said, the chest plates. But that does bring us back to the initial question of is it going to have disadvantage? Sorry, I should have thought about that when I was making these robots.
How are these robots manufactured? They manufacture so the arms can be taken off? like
No,
like a pirate hook?
the arms are part of the construct as a whole.
Mike Merle says normal constructs can be affected by it, but Warforged cannot. By targeting, like, their bodies.
Okay.
That's weird.
Gives me a headache.
Let's
Oh, Victor's inside now.
Yes,
Okay, I missed that. I forgot, but now
he
I
did
see
a
him.
crit against one of the two big boys coming inside, and then he fled. But we've been discussing the finer nuances of heat metal. And by that I
Yeah,
mean
this is what
all the
I've been mostly
nuances.
paying
Okay.
attention to.
Yeah. Okay, so Audra targets a part of this creature's body, which is technically a manufactured metal object. And it cannot drop that, so let's just say that like, because it doesn't specifically also state damage in that one sentence, so let's just say disadvantage applies and move on. You know, I kind of nerf the spell as it is with its immunity, so I think that's fair.
That sounds good to me. It's just so distracted by how good glowing red hot feels that it has disadvantage.
Yeah. As much as a movable metal face can look pleased, it looks pleased with what's going on. Victor took his turn. Thanks for bearing with me on that, by the way. I know that was very patient. Inqua.
No, I like learning about how the different rules apply to different things. I think it's silly and funny.
Chance, do you plan on casting Tensor's transformation?
If things get a bit worse, I typically try and use my spells before I go into that. Because I can't cast spells after I go into it. But I suppose I can then just use my spell slots to burn to reduce damage.
Yeah. Hey dude, you want haste?
Sure.
Hey, Arazid.
Sure.
Congratulations, you get a haste. I will take a bonus action and drink an experimental elixir.
Ooh.
To heal, I get that much 8 temporary hit points. I'll get that +5.
13 temp HP.
And I get I get 8.
Oh,
I get
okay.
8 temporary hit points. And then I gain a +1 to AC for one of my experimental elixirs.
You
And
feel
that would be
healthy.
My turn.
Perseverant. Good boy that he is. It's still not dawned for him that, as was it Bailey pointed out earlier, if Scott has true sight, and true sight reveals the true form of a changeling, she's known all along.
And she's made him take the form of the dead lover that we killed.
And whatever else comes with that we are not going to get into right now. He doesn't know any of that, but he grins and he sees his opportunity coming anyway. He strikes out with his short sword against Sklad. Once, twice, one hit. He's doing well. Bloody hell.
He is too legit to quit.
Well, Squad, legendary resist.
I don't like that a nat 1 is 12. Also, are we going to acknowledge that? Because I don't like that.
think
Only
it
a
needs
casual
acknowledging.
+11. I gotta say, bosses kind of have large constitution. It's kind of a given at this point.
Sklad just turns around. She looks down at Cassavir and she goes, "Etu, cutie." With that, it's her turn.
Uh-oh.
I was on push to talk, but I laughed really loud.
Thank you. My mo. Suppose in one way, I could just make it all of you.
What the fuck does this do? Oh, that's an 8th level spell.
how about another one of those counter spells? We love them. I love them. And I'm going to cast it again.
Yay.
Do
I'm
that.
gonna have to roll.
I
have
see you.
to
I
roll.
respect you. I believe in you. Good luck.
Oh, thank you. I
Oh.
believe in myself as well.
A
Do you know what? I'll
massive.
spend another sorcery point so she doesn't know where it's coming from.
Ow! I clapped too hard and I nudged my chest.
Sorry.
I just forget how it's new and tender. The muscles I've not used before. It's like an oppressive wall of heat just bursts out from her fingers in like all directions for a second, and then it vanishes, and she like looks around like.
It's clearly Solas.
Yes, come for me.
You're in the presence of this world's Jesus.
Does that make her Pontius Pilate?
Potentially, I don't know.
Arazid.
Well, I feel like the range of silence is a bit too... It's a bit too broad. It's 20 radius. That covered like half the damn map here. I don't know.
Yeah, last time it worked because I wasn't a spellcaster.
Yeah, I think maybe we've flown the coop on silence. So I would like to what is this? Oh yeah, I remember what that is. Never mind. Okay, I'm good. I'm going to this. I clicked it. It didn't click, but it's Hunter's Mark.
In like 5 minutes, it'll appear, I guess.
Yeah, let me try again. Actually. Yeah. Okay. Hunter's Mark, and then obviously on squad. I probably need to specify that, but on squad. And then I'm going to oops. Sorry, I'm struggling. I'm going to should I run? I'm better with my sword.
Shoot.
Okay, I will shoot with my arrow, but I'm better with my sword. I just want to say this on the record.
I'm gonna say then run in and stab her. Stab the bitch.
You get 3 attacks now.
I do get 3 attacks.
Run in and stab a bitch.
Gonna do it. I'm gonna run and stab a bitch. I'm gonna look really sad while doing so, but I'm still gonna run and stab a bitch. I'm like, we could have worked this out, but no. Now I have to run and stab a bitch. Which I will do with this button.
The utmost haste, one could even say.
That hits. That also hits.
Nice.
Not so lucky on that.
The
Duality of man.
Yeah.
Don't forget your Hunter's Mark. I don't think it's
Yeah,
in there.
200 Hunter's Mark damage.
3d6 of Hunter's Mark damage.
Oh, 3d6?
Yeah,
This one
'cause
was
you
a crit. And it's
Okay.
per attack.
That's the other one.
That's an extra 10,
Okay. Let me just
14.
whip out the calculator.
Amateur people with their calculators. 10, 14, 18,
You see, but I have to do
22,
additional
24.
mathematics to all this after the mathematics you can see
24
here.
plus 13
Oh, because they're resistant to shit.
is 37 damage, and that's probably... Yeah, 37 damage total. And then 2, 8,
Well,
10 necrotic damage. If she's resistant to necrotic damage, subtract 5 off of that 37. That'd be 32 damage.
Yeah, you gotta group the damage by type for reasons.
Hunter's Mark is its own
Oh.
special damage.
That makes my
She
that
just
makes my
needed to divide
decision
it
a
all by
bit
half.
easier.
Oh, all?
They're resistant to necrotic? What?
And piercing damage from a magical weapon?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, some people are resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, magical or not magical. It doesn't matter.
Some people, it's specified that it's only non-resistant if the weapon is made out of silver or adamantine.
But usually magic weapons also account for that. Like a werewolf. It says the
This
weapon
is a
has to be
fun
silver
mechanic
or
that-
Yeah. Silver
That won't
to
help
silver.
us later.
magic.
I think we can safely assume these are all custom monsters. So
Yeah.
I'm sure Red knows what they're resistant to.
Right now I'm just trying to work out how to minus number by number. I'm
What?
really looking forward to like next week when I'm not going to be super tired from like already having worked.
I was gonna say that's another thing you would love about Foundry potentially is because you can have it like auto do damage.
Can't you just auto?
Yeah, and then it'll
Calculate
like
it all,
take your wrist
and
as
then
it,
just
it'll
divide it
take
by
your
2?
resistances into account and stuff. It's really cool.
That is nice.
Yeah, so that is a very specific module we need to install, but that is possible, yes. Right.
Alright, I
So if you
worked
ever do
it
get
out.
Foundry, I can give you my list.
Yeah, I think I'll probably end up with. Just to break out of combat at some point. Whenever the week is that we decide that I feel overwhelmed and we end up running chances one shots. Bailey's one
Yeah,
shots.
I gotta continue working on that.
Like I think that's the week I'll probably end up like looking into Foundry because I have a bit more time where I don't feel pressured to like prep.
I mean, I expect the conversion if you do decide to switch over will take a hot minute. So
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wait. Oh yeah.
Well, that's me. That's my action. It didn't do as much as I thought it would do, and that makes me sad. But it's okay because I tried, and that's important.
Wan is going to Wan. He doesn't have anything on him right now.
He's just gonna beat her to death, Jesus.
just grab a fucking chair, dude.
Oh my god, he's got hands. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Unfortunately, his fists are not counted as magical silvered weapons.
Oh, that's weird.
Wonder why.
I give him like a silver ring just for that head.
Yeah.
That could work. That could literally work.
Here's the silver ring right quick, you know? Or here's a silver chain, wrap it around your fists.
I don't know why I need. Just take one of those 2 damages. That's basically half. Is Solas back? Solas is back.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. It's your turn.
Yep. So this robot here is a joke, so bye.
You're also hasted, don't forget.
It's
I know.
It's gonna. But it's
With disadvantage.
Yep. It's gonna miss either way.
Aw.
I probably should have done this first, but bonus action, Shield of Faith. And just gonna throw that on myself. Up. And then casually approaches Sklad and just says, "So, you've not really been doing much, have you? Performance anxiety much?" As he goes for 3 attacks. So, let's see. And also, just for flavour's sake, when he draws his blade, he's going to use the once an hour feature to extinguish all flames within a 30-foot radius, because it's fun. And all on guard. That's a 1, that's a 2, that's a 3. So 2 attacks to hit. Cool. So that's 21 slashing and 7 cold. All of which is magical. Should probably specify.
I mean, you can try. Cold. Awesome. The cold damage
Yep.
is taken as an amount of damage.
Okay. And while I would love to use Hexblade's Curse, I've already used my bonus action, so that's it for now. I'm done.
Lastly, this very slow to act bean is going
He's
to
trying his
approach you.
best.
It's going to point at Solas and expose you for what you really are.
Reaction plus a d4 to you, Solas, on whatever that is.
Cool. So that's what, 18? Okay,
See,
so
18
okay,
was.
just need to. In that case, just need to roll 7 or higher. Right, okay, fuck you.
Roll this.
You're welcome.
No, yeah, that is right. I got exactly 18. We're good. I forgot about the extra 1.
Every little bit helps.
Yep. So that's what? Half damage, okay.
What's the damage?
I'll see.
Yes, the damage. Sorry.
Solas does not do that much. So little of a dam that the damage is delayed.
So that's 15, 17 damage. Okay, that's not
I
much.
guess you could say that really could be damaging to their pride.
And then concentration with advantage. We good.
Alright. So for chance,
Wait.
he's gonna flicks out his sword a bit as he utters an incantation. As I'm going to 5th level Spirit Shroud. For holy damage, radiant. Because we have proven that necrotic is resistant. I'm 99% sure that cold is either ineffectual or resistant. So let's go with radiant, the one damage that I'm pretty sure will work. So then we swing. We then follow that up with the swing. So 16 will miss. 28. 8 slashing, and that's going to be an additional 5 radiant.
Alright.
So it's bonus action. Action. I'm not moving, so it's turn.
Providence.
Yay. 5, 10,
Yes.
15, 20.
That's my second turn of
5.
Blade Song.
You know, if I was still part of the all these people would be shield. Instead, I would be
First.
shield.
This and concentration.
Yes. I will pop that down. Just centered on the 2 In fact, I will center it because it's 20-foot radius sphere. Yeah, I can get all the constructs. So can they all make dexterity saving throws, please?
I've really eyeballed that. What's that?
That is pretty
25.
good. Can I possibly get it? Oh no, I wanted to get the... If only the chariot was a lot closer, I could Gmod physics gun it off into the desert. And I'd find that funny.
Let's make it like
But yeah,
a
that's fine.
darker colour. Yeah, that's more or less.
Bird friend.
I know, I
Hello,
love
bird
it.
friend.
He did
I
that.
love it as well.
Is it?
I
Is
missed
it
the
not?
bird friend. I didn't write the bird friend.
I wrote that.
Aw,
But you did the
Good.
doodle. It's a good doodle.
I did do the doodle.
It is a good doodle. So yeah,
Okay, so these things that, like, I mean, look at them. They're clearly very dexterous, aren't they?
hey, some of them could have starred in a movie. Could be a stunt double. Who knows?
I'm sure that
believe
at
them.
one point or another they've all won Ninja Warrior. So the two big boys.
Or if they succeed, they take 11 force. Fail, take 22. And then, okay, 3 fail. So 3 sets of 11 hit points. Solas gets 1. I don't think anyone else has been hit.
I'm fully good.
I'm fully healed as well.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Give it all the Solas.
I can't. Part of the spell condition, I have to target different people with the healing. It's kind of how it got past testing, beta testing. I'll give one. I'll
Don't
give
call
one
me a
set
fucking
to
beta.
Arazid.
Hey, you're the one who made the assumption that that was how it was being said.
One goes to Arazid, and then the other one goes to this chair here specifically.
Which chair? I was on the other end of the
Blue,
screen.
this blue one.
Oh
Don't
yeah.
know.
Isolde
Why
might
not?
have nicked it with her knives as she like sailed over it.
This chair has been healed more than the average person's hit points.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a d100, and if you get like a really good roll on a d100, then this chair becomes sentient and is now your friend.
Everyone rolls?
No, just me.
Okay.
Oh no, I can't. Spend a point of magical guidance to re-roll it.
I just think it
Nah,
would be
that-
funny.
It would be funny. That is my full turn. I can't do anything else.
I just need to get all the damages right, so it's 22 damage each. Right.
Yeah, the ones that fail, 22.
Awesome. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my full turn.
Isolde shouts to Arazid, "Duck!"
Okay.
Bro!
Duck Goose?
Goose.
Well, thankfully Arazid's quite short anyway, so even if he's slow on the uptake. It still sails over his head, and the 23 hits the laddie. And she rolls for dex. And this time she does not burn a legendary. Is instead grappled. Which should bring her over here.
Does that mean that Skin gets an attack of opportunity?
Force movement doesn't trigger opportunity attacks.
No.
Damn it!
Hey, but you asked.
I did ask.
And that's also a
I
good
thought
thing
that
to
counts.
do. Isolde looks pretty fucking pleased with herself as all these super powerful beings are just wailing the shit out of Sklad, but she is the one that's managed to get her on her knees. Okay, does the cascade stick around, or is it just a one and
Oh
done?
no, it's
it's
just
just a one pump spell.
done. Yeah.
I'm just gonna do these guys as one turn. They move slow, bro. But the cyclone armored vehicle does not move slow. It goes That's the sound
Well,
I make of blades whirring around as it comes closer and closer.
oh,
And begins to wail upon first one to chance, second one to whan.
Still disadvantage because my turn hasn't come yet.
Ah. So 14 doesn't hit chance,
Yeah, 14 does not hit chance.
and a 16 does not hit whan.
Ah, let's go.
Audra.
I'm going to use my bonus action to continue concentrating on heat metal for that guy, so maybe we should mark him.
That's a fair read.
And then, beginning of my turn, I'm going to change into my dragon form to aid in holding concentration, which I can do at the beginning of the turn. Then I'm going to move right here, and I'm going to cast Cone of Cold with my action.
which way?
Remember when I asked everyone to sound off with a death wish earlier?
Save DC is 20. I don't know why it's coming up like that. I'll see if I can fix that. But in the meantime,
Con. That's the one immediately in front of you saves.
not an ideal circumstance, but okay.
No.
So, what's the damage?
8d8 cold. So, I have to do the advanced dice roller. I can't even. Okay.
64, 64, 64.
Got halfway there.
Half. Yeah, okay, it's close enough.
Whoa!
It's average. It's an average roll.
So that's 16.
Oh,
half.
can I fuck up the carriage a little bit too? Is that in the code?
No average. Yeah, it was like it was 60 feet this way, and then like that, and like that.
So you wouldn't be able to see, but maybe.
Although if we were playing technically, your cone probably would have hit more like this, and like that because of the walls. Like, walls that exist.
Fucking walls, how do they work?
But
That's right.
yeah, that's my turn.
Okie dokie. Victor Darling is going to heroically rush to your aid. He did a pretty good spear last time, so he's going to try once more against this thing. Both of those hits. For a beautiful 21, hopefully, points of damage. A couple of loose platings get knocked off of this fella in front of you. Inqua. Things are
Alright,
going.
The only thing. Oh, we're going to move. We're going to cast Acid Arrow on our lovely squad.
Considering she is grappled, I believe that is an auto hit or with advantage?
No, grapple. The grappled is just its speed is 0, and it's just its speed is 0.
Oh, grappled versus restrained.
It's not restrained technically because it says grappled on the.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, that's like, there's like a difference, and I keep forgoing that.
Acid Arrow.
Well, that is a hit.
Oh, nice. I believe. Yeah. You have to make a oh no! At the end of her next turn, she takes 2d4 acid damage as well.
But she takes 16 now.
Yes.
Well, you know, hopefully 16 anyway. You never know.
I think that is mine. Does anybody want a potion?
Fully
I have a
good.
potion- I have a potion that gives temporary hit points.
Look, we don't know if Squad has like another power word kill, and it's just kind of holding that one in the back pocket.
You never know.
No.
Anyway, I'll end the turn.
So at the end of your turn, she is going to use her legendary action to claw against Isolde. Hits. For 32 damage. Isolde did not look like she was able to take that well. Another one or two of those, she's gonna be down. Cassavirant is going to hop around and he's going to attempt to short sword her. Okay, we ain't talking about that anymore.
Oh.
What will the bitch do?
I'm looking over my options like a burger menu.
That phrasing scared me a lot. Thanks.
No, I just had a light lunch. It's fine.
Yummy.
No, not yummy. It was light. I want more food. I hungry.
Oh no.
I think she's gonna do like the best thing that she can do right now. She's gonna look at all of you guys and go, just fuck all y'all. But who in particular? Against Solas, she is going to cast.
She can try.
No! I love you so much.
I mean, I'd be willing to take it, but go ahead. 7.
Yeah, I have to. Yeah, I'll have to spend a 4th level to do that. Bonk. I will. Let me just double check the wording on favoured by the gods. Saving throw or miss with an attack roll. God damn it. Well, it's either I
Hold on.
fail or.
Not close enough. I was going to say Flash of Genius to get you to a 19, but you're not close enough.
In
Yeah,
that
it's
case,
the
I
7th
will-
level, so Flash of
I
Genius
will-
would.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I will re-roll with magical guidance then, because it's either I fail or I fail. So I succeed.
Hey.
Nice.
Once again, the squad has been stopped.
Oh, and I'll spend another resource point to make it so she doesn't know who did it.
Her magic has just failed 3 times now.
She's like tapping her hand like a microphone. She's like, is this thing fucking on?
Twice she doesn't know. Once she thinks it was chance, but it was actually Providence.
I mean, I think everyone is within close enough. Like, it just, the magic comes out, whatever it looks like, and then it just fragments and disintegrates, like shattered glass. In fact, no, it doesn't even do that. It does nothing, because I'm subtle casting it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm impressed by my own stupidity.
After this, she begins to twitch. Her face kind of passes over with shades of anger, of frustration, of, you want to say fright. And then a voice from within her seems to talk. These remote things are useless. I'm bored of this. Come find the real me. I'm ending this spell now.
Take your acid damage.
Well,
Let's zone this shit.
the acid damage can be taken just before this creature melts into a pile of ash.
Simulacrum.
This is why I don't believe in the gods.
And the second that she, quote-unquote, dies, all of the robots are going to just immediately turn away. And will attempt to begin walking away. I assume some of you guys are going to stop them.
Oh yeah, this
I'll
one.
take an opportunity attack on the one in front of me, sure.
Wait, let's keep one of them alive. They might take us direct to where not Squad is. Or maybe Squad. Splaby? Squad maybe?
Sklady.
I think a 13 doesn't hit this droid.
Nope.
Robot.
The wagon outside has similarly turned into a pile of ash.
Yeah, I think Chance just like swings wildly at this thing as it tries to walk away as he's very frustrated and angry.
Understandable. But unless there's any like concerted efforts to follow it and keep killing it, thus remaining in turn order, we will go out of turn.
Yeah, I think it's just like that one really bad swipe, which immediately just cranks off the armor, and Audra's like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, Chance like swings wildly and then just like. I mean, he would then try and sheath his sword and shoot the thing with a firebolt as it leaves. Like as it's like going out the door before.
Sure.
It's like, hey, take this too, and it just goes flying like way past it.
I don't like that woman.
Let's not even mention whether or not that hit. Let's move on.
As Sklad turns to a pile of mud, just says, well, that'll explain the performance anxiety. Alright.
Just think.
Oh, well, it's a coward's way at the end of the day. They think they're so malevolent by sending a copy of themselves to whatever shit like this is. In
Can
actuality, they're just like hiding behind their walls.
May I Arcana check to figure out what the heck the spell is and how it works?
Sure beans.
Oh, so let's.
No, I'm stupid.
Can I help? I want to help. Helping me help.
I
May
think
I receive
Arazid's
the-
helping you.
Health action since Arazid's right there.
You are nothing if not
Bitch!
consistent.
Oh, that's some ash. I don't fucking. My head
You
hurts.
see, clearly you need to just have a bit more Nope.
Oh my god.
What was that? What was that, Chance?
As I'm just like, oh, yeah, this is a pile of ash. Chance like walks over, like kicks a little bit, and goes, "Yep, that is ash."
Can I just roll one as well? I want to see if I get a 10 at this point.
Yes, you may. I assume you're just all looking down at this pile of ash and going, "Hmm."
Yes.
Endless.
Oh, I gotta try it. I gotta try it as well. What is it? The kind
Oh my God, Providence!
Please.
Ah!
No, I'm gonna spend a soul
Here
point and
comes
reroll.
here
it.
comes Inqua to big brain explain to all of us.
We're all just
Small-
like,
small
we're all
brain.
just like knelt down, staring at it with our like fingers under our chins, like, And Ingle's like, guys, what the fuck are you doing?
What, you didn't learn this in like grade
Hard.
school? Come on, guys.
not this hard.
So, with her out the way, Skin is gonna turn back into his normal form. And I'm gonna delete the one underneath. And he's just gonna sit on the table and go, "You guys have no idea what I have just been through."
Oh no.
We heard what you were masquerading as from your father. I am sorry, but it's time to come home. So
Oh, thank God, I thought you'd never say that. Also, for the one person who rolled well enough, here's the spell.
oh, it is simulacrum.
Nuts.
Isolde is
Hey,
like
that's a
limping back to her chair. Vang has like walked over to try and help out.
That's a funny spell that I can start casting next level. You thought one chance was bad. How about 2 chances?
2 chances, 2 opportunities.
How many chances do we have at
Quite
this?
softly in DM.
I am an army of one. All I need is all the rubies in the world.
Finally, enough humans to accommodate all your edge. Vang is going to turn back to you. So that was an adventure. We are going to leave. Like
Good idea.
I think
now.
that might be good.
I think it
Yeah.
might take a
Want
little
to
while, but
Declare war on Sklod and start marching into the city?
no. I think that we're gonna let the orc army that she is massively underestimating do that first. We're gonna march back to Maglamund. I'm going to find my fucking husband.
Would you mind killing him for me?
What has he done now?
Oh no. If he was going to attack Grove, then it's going to come to that anyways.
Yeah, you guys really shouldn't do that. I heard about that, and then I heard that you were a nice person, and I was like, hey, what's going on here?
But he's only trying to take Grove over from the despicable people that currently rule it. Because
Gressingman's
it's just
super dead.
so...
Super dead.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The Gressingman's dead. Ask him about the child drawings too, because that was a very funny part. Actually, I forget.
she's
Did
kind
you
of
take
like-
those?
She burnt them.
He burned them!
Yes. You see, we went through his old, like the old mansion that his family had in Grove. I found some very funny drawings of him. Clearly he was a child when he drew them. Of him like hanging the Gressingmans from the gallows and everything like that. It was hilarious. I carried them with me from Grove till we found him and hand delivered them. You should have seen the look on his face.
I bet that was worth all the trouble that you took to get them. That idiot husband of mine. Men, what can you do, eh? Fuck it. Well, no, not even that.
Why did you marry him if you don't like him? I'm sorry, I just don't I thought...
Okay, so, amongst, like, the nobility... Why is everyone bullying Henry?
In my plans, my greater plans, I was thinking of offering a vassalization opportunity to the city of Grove, in which they keep their democracy. However, they gain all the benefits of being under my rule for the cost of a little bit of taxes.
And if you had said a few sessions ago that Henry were coming here instead of to Naglement, he would be able to make all these arguments right now. As it is, we have second-hand information to run off of. Not notorious for being reliable.
Look, we're just trying to decide what we're gonna do with our tiny tyrant.
Aww, tiny tyrant. Out of he's the lesser of the three evils. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you didn't know about the fourth one.
Well, I was pretty sure we killed the fourth one. Because there's the Gressingmans, there's Henry, there's whatever the fuck is coming in an army, I guess, that we kind of directly caused after the Gressingmans. There's also the fact that Squad could invade, or Abalakre, you know?
Those
Out of like the four major rulers, this is the lesser of the four.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to count, but also valid, I suppose. Anyway, Vang was answering Audra's question. We're still in game. Okay, so in the nobility, we have these like little... Essentially, our bodies are a property, not just ourselves. And sometimes we have to marry someone in order to form an alliance. In order to gain more power, you fuse two powerful families together.
I'm just gonna walk up, grab her by the hand, and then pat her hand. I'm so sorry.
I find my pleasure where I can. It's not something I hide. This is Isolde. She just helped fight against this creature. She is...
Oh, so this is like your real partner.
She is my partner of many years.
Arazid waves at Isolde and is like, sorry for hiding next to you. I got scared.
So... Well, once that you get back and take stock, I am sure there's many things that will need to be done. If there's any defense that can be spared to dispatch to Grove, that would be great. We're kind of, I guess, trying to rally as many people as we can for a defensive Grove.
Yeah, we've got lots of troops coming to that as like a central location, so if you guys want to like join in that effort, that would be great. Two armies are stronger than one and all that.
Well, if I'm looking at this map correctly, I should be quite worried about my own city, correct?
I mean, it's set to be attacked after Grove, because it's set for Jurass and Grove to be attacked on the 17th day, and then the army to come together after crushing those two cities to then take on Neglamund, according to what I'm reading.
So if we cut off the head of the snake, then you don't even have to worry about, venom, etc.
Looking at this map, I'm concerned. I don't see that the Grove part of the army is going to get to Naglamund in time. So I feel that it will be whomever is left after conquering Jurass that will arrive at Naglamund. But, of course, I can't stay to help defend Jurass because, well, robots may defeat me before the orcs do, so I will send who I can.
Chance will not. That is all we ask. We are attempting to do what we can to defend those there. Any non-combatants, the city to the north, Onalembo, will shelter any trying to seek refuge who can make it. They are not currently on this map to be attacked, and we have friends there who we have spoken to already, and they are willing to shelter people.
I will pass on the message. Good luck in your hunts. Now, we have got
Yeah.
very, very many things to organise in a very short space of time, so if you'll excuse me. Hex! And Vang just like turns around and starts like whispering quickly in this goblin's ear. Right away, madam! And he just like pedals his little feet out of here as quick as he can.
Chance will turn next towards Virgil. Try not to die out there. If worse comes to worse and I can't activate the Earth Pedestal, we're going to need your blood.
One
Can we
blinks.
have like a little bit of it right now? Is that like insensitive to ask?
After I see Zaid.
Oh yes, that's rightful. You know, you're getting out of here. Let's head back. I can get us away in pretty easily. Chance will start heading back towards the walls.
Skin will follow you, going, finally free, finally free.
So Chance is gonna look to the others as they leave, like the tent and everything. I don't think we're getting back in through the gate. I don't know about the rest of you.
Well,
I mean, I can just fly over.
No. I can just do the same thing that we did back. So Chance is going to head to like here where the wall is. The wall is made of stone, correct?
Yes. About 10
He's
feet
just gonna...
thick.
Oh, god damn it.
Can I meld into stone and pop out of the other side?
You can only exit where you enter with Melinda Stone.
Womp
God
womp.
damn it.
Oh well. I
Trust me, I've
can...
thought of it.
Who needs a 40-foot rope of hemp when you need one?
I
Not
have
hemp.
rope. I have 40 feet of rope.
Not hemp.
So,
I mean
can-
hair.
For stone, can I make a 5-foot tunnel for us first?
To my reading, it specifically says that the whole wall needs to be less than 5 feet thick.
So you can make like a 5-foot dent.
No, I mean, it says, or make a small passage through a wall as long as the wall is less than 5 feet thick. But could I just,
I
shape
see
it
what you're
away,
doing.
so then like 5 feet away, and then cast it again to then get
Like,
through?
yeah. I mean, it's not going to endear you to the local police, but what have you done that has?
Yeah, so Chance will cast it first, like a 5-foot tunnel will appear that he walks 5 feet into the wall, and then cast stone shape again to make a nice stone door, and opens it into the city, and just walks through.
That's one way to circumvent the law.
Alright, is there an entrance to the sewers here?
There is one right here, just behind what used to be the Horde.
And what used to be the Horde.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So I presume, would we have any issue traveling these back streets towards it?
Word doesn't seem to have spread just now, so walking quickly and with purpose, occasionally putting hoods up, you're able to evade most people. And with that, I assume you guys are able to sneak through the sewers and return once more
Yeah.
to the
I say
Thieves'
that's the plan. I presume Virgil is with us.
Guild. And Skin as well.
Yeah, Skin as well, but whenever we reach like the entrance and everything, Chance is gonna like stop, turn to Virgil. And, just give me like 1 minute here to make sure it's fine to let you in. I'd prefer to ask for. You know what? No, come on. I'd prefer to ask for forgiveness than permission. And in we go to the
Yeah.
to the hideout.
Ah, there we go. I lost my one token.
No, where did he go?
I thought he was in the Duras section because that's where he's originally from, and I don't update my folders very often, but I did for this guy.
Forever thirsty he will be.
The dwarven lockpick Nox is still sitting guard. Ooh. Y'all look like you've had a bit of a rough and tumble.
Yeah, Squad decided to send a magical copy of herself to go do something, go talk. We brought back a friend, and we have somebody here who's looking to speak to somebody here. So I'm just gonna show them to where they need to go. And Chance is going to motion for Virgil to follow, and let the others do.
Follow.
As he'll enter.
When
to the-
Skin walks in, he walks in like that fish walking into the Krusty Krab.
Rev up those fryers.
He's just like, I am back from the gates of hell, and I did not always have a terrible time.
Oh, wood? Question mark, wood? Question mark, wood? Sorry. Sorry.
On the
Sorry.
fuck, marry, kill. It doesn't seem to be marry, but also definitely not kill.
Oh, ooh.
Oh my god, I swear I saw a version of that once. He is gonna jump up onto the platform above, he's gonna hug Nox, and then he's gonna be like, I need to go yell at my father. Toodaloo!
Oh, that sounds productive. Good luck.
Right.
Alright, Chance will push in. You know who I'm looking for, in the kitchen. Chance to smell to Grimsby. Oh.
Someone that you did not look for, but is also here as well. Pops out. Come to burn down another tavern?
Yep.
Good.
Uh,
My sibling will be so displeased to see you.
Arazid
wait, no,
waves.
you're the joyful one, aren't you? Damn it.
They finger gun back to you. Rengar, just in case you'd forgotten.
Is the red person in there?
Well, there's someone back there that is like, not Vengar? They're sleeping. Oh.
I believe that's who my friend here is here to see.
Sure. Anna! And a kind of familiar, but not really, sort of, maybe, face pops out.
How many people do they keep in that kitchen? Like, Chance just... and as, like, another person walks out, it's like... Grimsby, where is the weird... The blood person?
You know, I have never quite gotten to the point of being okay with it being called that. Especially not now.
Oh.
Chance narrows his eyes. I apologize?
Do you? Because
Yes,
that
yes, I
sounded more like a
apologize.
question. There we go. I'm a changeling, dear. Do try to keep up.
Sorry, I'm so used to the other form. I forgot that you have that ability. But
But the name
a
is
friend was...
the name is Anna now. Thanks to Inqua over here, helped me settle on something a bit more terse than Zaid and oh, one.
Is that with 2 N's or 1?
2, dear, 2.
Crap. Okay.
But they're barely like looking at you. They walk past, and then they just stand next to one, and they just kind of cup one's face in their hands.
Chance gets out the way to let them have their moment.
You told me you're a blood creature.
Technically, most creatures have blood, just saying.
One, dear, let's talk elsewhere. I have a room. It's a little less public. One will nod his consent, and the pair will disappear over the walkway and through a hallway beyond. One
I
will...
offer my services. I offer my services just to sort of like the local medical professional of this treatment, or no?
From what I've heard, that skin kit could probably use a good looking over. Says the barkeep.
Never mind. I guess
Actually, now I come to think of it, there's this, I forget what her name is, but she's got a couple of, like, half orc, half nugget children, and one of them's been coughing for days. I'm sure she'd appreciate it if you stopped by.
Sure. Yeah, I could stop by.
Hope it's not that weird illness that was going around Nagelmund.
If you look in the half moon bedrooms just across the walkway, in what was once the water, if you go clockwise, she's the second one.
Here and up here.
So in this section here, he's referring to.
Whoops.
So if you go clockwise.
Second door.
Second door.
Here.
Inside you see a quite well-built Naga, who is like barely fitting in the room as it is, and is just kind of huddled in one corner, bouncing like one bipedal child on like her tail, another one like in her arms, and then one is like just resting very still in bed. Don't believe
I'll
you've
just
met
knock.
Neva before.
Believe so either. Sorry, what's her name again?
Neva, Neeva.
Yeah, I'll just knock on the door and I guess open it without getting sort of any sort of vocal cue otherwise.
Hi.
I was told that we had some health issues back here. have a little bit of experience with that sort of treatment.
They're sleeping at the moment.
Okay.
Imagine role-playing this when my mic was messing up.
Yeah.
The one in the bed, he's looking a little pale. He's been coughing a lot. He's sleeping at the moment.
Just a small check-in, see if there's I can do a diagnosis without waking.
Yeah, you're able to like squeeze into like the same space of her as her. She kind of like squishes herself against the wall to accommodate a little bit more room for you. And you can look over this like half snake, half orc child and roll a medicine check.
Alrighty.
Lesser restoration also works.
Well, we'll just take that 24, see what happens. I could also bless a restoration for free.
The child seemed to have been suffering from some form of chest infection brought on by the very damp, like fungal air in this hideout. You're able to cure it for now.
Yeah.
With lesser restoration. But if they continue breathing the same air, that might come back. And the other two might also suffer with it.
Do you have anywhere else to stay?
No.
Other than here?
Scarred already killed my husband, dear.
We have to get out of here.
Where
It's
am
the
I meant to
air.
go?
It's damp. Causing infections.
And where am I meant to go, though? If I leave this for the surface, I will get recognized. I'm not exactly the average humanoid that can just put on a cloak and disappear. I need to travel with 3 children, but to where?
Yeah, maybe able to give us some time, maybe able to find you a place.
I'd appreciate that. Thank you, Dr.
Inqua.
Inqua.
No, I'm not a doctor.
Oh.
Just a person that knows a lot.
Oh, thank you anyway. I'm sure we'll all sleep sound though.
Hopefully. I'll just head back.
Cool. Oh, what's the rest of the party been doing?
Cursing Squad's name.
I think, yeah, Audra's, visibly, like, very tense expression on her face, kind of very close sidled up to Chance with, like, Davina's actually on the opposite shoulder doing that bird nuzzling thing to Chance. As if she can sense that your familiar is not around right now.
So you guys like having some dinner, having some drinks, relaxing.
Yeah, taking a short rest, in other words, yeah.
Understandable. Providence. Chilling outside.
Yeah, there's been a lot. Nothing's been explained to her. She's kind of like, I just attacked a tiefling. That doesn't make me feel good. I did a lot of counterspelling. That made me feel good. But there's a lot of magic that went through her body, so it's not exactly pleasant at the moment. So she's just finding solace in not being around anyone.
If she does ever want to be near anyone else, the other tiefling that you met, Chastity, you can hear her voice ringing from somewhere in the large room directly to your south.
Probably not at the moment.
She's
just because again
processing.
Yeah, it's also the fact that she counterspelled a 9th level, an 8th level, a 7th level, and I think a 6th level. like the strain it's put on her body, like she's noticing the scars starting to go further up her arm. So she's like, just taking a good 5 minutes not to cry.
Fairs, does anyone want to bring a drink out to Providence or something, or just leave them be?
You know who would do that? You know who is meddlesome and intrusive in other people's problems? Arazid.
Intrusive. Arazid is just gonna come out with like a cup of like hot chocolate and like alcohol.
Yeah, he's actually.
Which one do you want? Do you want to forget or do you want to be comforted?
He's gonna come. He's gonna ask Grimsby for. We just whatever you have that's drinkable. I don't know what you got down here.
We got booze.
Like a middle shelf booze. Is that how you say it? Like, you know, not bottom shelf, not top, like a middle shelf booze.
We only got the one shelf here.
That shelf will work.
It is in the middle, if you count the ceiling and the floor.
That I do count the ceiling and the floor, so that actually works perfectly to my specifications.
Ooh, look who knows how to count.
I can count at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to 9.
Grimsby like feigns shock and then gives you a little wink. He's been giving you the razzmatazz. He's been giving you the business.
Arazid kind of. He's not, but he also kind of tucks his hair behind his ear. But don't worry about it. Don't worry about it though.
He gives you one mug of alcohol.
So, Arazid will. Oh, money! Right, money. I almost left without paying.
Thankfully, here that ain't much of a problem.
Well, I'll still give you something in case, you know, things look up in the future. I don't know.
This is the resistance, darling. We are all comrades here.
Okay.
To each according
Thank
to
you.
their need, and from each according to their ability.
But I have a pretty decent ability, which is why I was offering. I mean, we pillage a lot. Like, we do a lot of pillaging.
An ability is not counted in how much of the oppressor's cash that you have. It is counted in what you can do with yourself and your fist and your weapon.
This is true, and we are gonna like murder Splat soon, so hopefully things look up. I'm gonna go check on my new friend, but I'll be back.
Your aloneness is shattered.
I don't know whether she's got a passive of 12. No, she's got a passive higher than 12. I just forget.
You probably have noticed Arazid coming. Whether or not you care enough to react is another story, and I assume Inqua takes Arazid's seat at the bar.
Probably.
So, okay, just before we get into the outside stuff, okay, I'm assuming Solas, leaning against a wall, looking cool, not taking much in.
Basically.
Cool. Chance and Audra, feeling angry at the prospect of Grove being conquered by different people than they thought was going to conquer them.
Yeah, there's also a bit of like melancholy coming from Chance of, oh good god, I visited a shop and a couple hours later it's on fucking fire.
Yeah, you haven't processed that yet either.
I think Audra's like feeling kind of like angry and protective because Chance almost got power word killed. So.
And we're just having like some alcohols or non-alcohol alcohols to.
If they only have alcoholic things, Audra's gonna sit there and like shell peanuts for 2 hours.
That's also a legitimate thing people do when they're angry. There's no water, unfortunately, but there is like fermented water products. So peanuts, I think it is. The one peanut,
Yeah, she's
really.
gonna sit there angrily shelling peanuts for
There's
an
like
hour
some.
plus.
There's like some. There's very few peanuts, but there's some dice, some card decks like on the counter, so I'm assuming you're gonna get really good at shuffling.
Audra's gonna try to do that thing where you like sharpen the edge of a card and then you throw it and then it sticks in the wall.
I love that. Grimsby wouldn't, but Ren does.
Trying to throw these into a stone wall.
I have 20 decks. If it's a dex thing.
Honestly, I'm assuming that you could definitely like get one into the wooden kegs against the wall.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna treat the kegs like a dartboard, and my cards are my weapon.
I'm gonna ask you to roll a d20, and that is going to be how many tries it takes you to do it.
Oh man.
I mean,
The one time when a lower roll is better.
yes. It takes you a few, but you know, thankfully there's 42 cards in the deck, so you still had some space. Grimsby looks at the card stuck in the keg, looks at you and goes, "Congrats. Now clean them up." And he gestures to the 18 on the floor.
Chance will just kind of like let out a sigh and they start like slowly condensing as he's just going to mage hand, but it's invisible because of telekinetic feat.
Nice.
And then just like magically rise up and recollect.
That works too. And outside, Providence's melancholy reverie is broken.
Hi.
Oh,
I brought something for you in case you wanted to have something to drink without going inside and having to talk to, like, new people.
oh no, the new people bit's fine. I just want it to be less. Thank you.
Yeah, I can just leave it here and you can decide whether or not, you know, it's cool either way. But I know that was probably, like, a lot for you because, you know, having lived in an isolated community all your life. But just so you know, this is not, like, normal everyday behavior for being outside of that isolated community. This is a very special circumstance. Yeah.
I gathered.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I mean, I would assume so, because you know, you're not, I probably wouldn't have gathered that, because I'm not very smart, but you seem pretty smart. But yeah, that's all. I just wanted to come out and say hi, that's it.
You got a polite smile.
Arazid leaves the drink on, like, the floor, right, like, next to Providence, like, right there, and then kind of scurries back inside.
Five-second roll seat's been taken.
I'll give it back.
No, it's okay. I can sit over here. I'm gonna put my head down on the bar and melt.
You were here first.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
No.
I'm already sitting down somewhere else. I think it's too late now.
Sorry, the chair's already been given up.
Oh, okay, fine. I'll come over and keep.
You're really exploiting Arazid's inability to say no here. Or assert himself in any meaningful way.
It's like that one episode of SpongeBob. Everything I make is a SpongeBob reference, but it's like, now let him have it. You can have it.
Be assertive.
No, not insertive.
He takes the seat and he kind of smiles, half awkwardly, half gratefully at Inqua, because he gets to sit next to Audra, who is his bestie. Self-assigned bestie. He doesn't know if that's true, but self-assigned bestie.
Oh.
Is she still, like, shuffling cards?
At this point, she like has stopped trying to throw them now that she like successfully did what she wanted to do, and it's just like kind of messing with like bits of a cracked open peanut shell that are like just on the counter.
With an
Okay.
interesting experience this afternoon, the party settle in for a short rest in the local underground scene. And what are they
We're only
planning
gonna
on
short-
doing? Well, it depends on the answer to my next question, I suppose.
Yes, I guess Chance will look towards those gathered. We're doing this tonight, or are we doing it tomorrow?
But what are you implying?
Audra mimes stabbing.
No.
Killing Sklod once and for all.
Much easier to do it now.
I used up some resources. I still have more than enough. Should we need it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay. I don't need to sleep.
Same here.
I wouldn't get anything back. I can try and get rid of some of her spells like I did in that last fight, but I can only do it so many times till she realizes it's me.
Oh, that was you. Well, thank you.
Yeah, didn't you see Providence? That was really cool. I remember you like just said no to that finger of death earlier too when we were fighting. Anyways, you did a really good job, and I'm proud of you. Sorry I didn't say so earlier.
Look, she does not know. She can't hide anything, but she does not know how to handle praise. It's just a look of pure confusion. So, when are we doing this? What are we doing?
I guess we're deciding that now. Well, the next thing we're doing is taking out Sklod, but how we're doing it and in what capacity is what we're discussing now.
I mean, I guess we kind of gotta deal with that barrier.
Yes, that's the first thing we need to deal with. Because we can't have, we all have some form of magical abilities, and at least two of us would be absolutely kneecapped without magic.
I mean, I could turn into like a bear, but bears are just not that scary compared to Sklad.
I can precast a bunch of things and walk in and absolutely try and take her head, but
There's also like a wall of force elements. You might not even be able to like walk in. So
They could theoretically disintegrate it.
that's if
it's not like a physical
force.
wall. It's like energy.
Well, it's a spell, isn't it?
Yeah. Can you disintegrate spells?
A creature, object, or a creation of magical force, such as a wall created by a wall of force. I don't know why it needed to specify such as a wall created by wall of force, but
Nice.
there you go.
That's cool, because that's very specific.
Wall of Force is also one of the two spells that you have identified was used in exactly that
Mhm.
dome.
Yeah, so we should use that spell. That spell's great. And then I don't know, does anybody else have the ability to just like dispel magical things, or is that like just me today?
Chance would shake his head. No, I'm more of a reactive than proactively taking things out.
Likewise, it would also knock out the highest level of magic I'm comfortable with casting.
What do you mean the highest level you're comfortable with casting? What does that mean?
Footprints begin to approach. Before you're able to answer, the leader of the Thieves Guild pokes his head through the door. Ah, I'm glad to see you all here. Our informant has just arrived. I was thinking you may want to meet her.
What?
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I love meeting new
thought
people.
your Sun was the informant.
Oh, there were many things covered. A lady, a nobleman, well, no woman, owes me a gambling debt, astray and naughty.
I remember this, yes.
Mm.
She's arrived. She has news.
Well, let us not delay. We're trying to figure out the best way to go about attacking Sklod's palace.
Well, she could certainly help with that. Back into the same meeting room as before, yes?
Alrighty.
We're gonna end the session there.
Dun dun dun!
But